11 Ram 1500 4.7 8 cylinder, or V8 I should say, 4.7 liter. A common problem that a lot of people are having with Dodges is they have the no crank, no start. Now, the first things you want to do is to diagnose no crank, no start is basically you got to have three things. You need compression, you need fuel, and you need spark. So my issue wasn't my spark plugs. My spark plugs were originals. So I switched those out. I took those out and put new plugs in, new wires and everything like that, cleaned the boot, so on and so forth. So that wasn't the issue. Then I was thinking maybe I possibly had a problem with the fuel pressure. So here's the fuel pressure line on the fuel line itself on the engine. Basically, you can get a fuel pressure gauge on Amazon for like 20 bucks. That's what I did. So the way it works is you take the fuel pressure gauge, you connect it to the fuel line. Once you've done that, you're going to turn your key 3 times without trying to start the vehicle, and then look at the pressure. And mine was like 51 psi. 51 psi on with no starting. And then when I started it was 61 psi, which then I knew my fuel pump was working and there was enough pressure getting into the engine. So I had fuel. I have spark because, like I said, I changed all the wires, I changed all the spark plugs. Like I said, this truck, it's 130,000 miles. I thought my AC crankshaft went bad, so they told me, oh, I have to get a whole new compressor. I actually found the front part of the compressor, the crankshaft, on the Amazon. I replaced my alternator. Like I said, it's pretty good, 130,000 miles, and original alternator. So I replaced the alternator. Replaced the tensioner, because that was always a good thing to do after a while, and of course the serpentine belt. And then right after I changed my alternator, my starter went bad, so I got my big ass underneath the truck and I changed the starter. So basically I have all the things for why my truck should start but wasn't starting. So like I said, I had the fuel pump's working, fuel pump's fine. Had the spark, all new spark plugs and everything, have the compression, that's fine. So, like I said, with Dodge, and I forgot what the other makes were, but this is common in a lot of Ram or Dodge vehicles, the TIPM. Now, like I said, in part of take 2, this is now take 3, because I had people calling me when I'm trying to make the video. In Dodge's all wisdoms of doing a fuel pump relay, and having it where you can just simply, oh, okay, here's a fuel pump relay, which this is not. Take this out and you replace it, right? And you're all good, back and running. Well, Dodge engineers decided not to do that. They actually put the fuel pump relay internally inside the fuse box, inside the TIPM. So there's a video out there, getting some dust off the phone. There's a video out there where the guy, which basically what I'm seeing right here, which was what I did. This is actually the $9 piece that I got from Amazon. This is your fuel pump relay right here. And some people, he was saying that they should pull this fuse out, connect it here, but that goes to your cigarette lighter. So that means what would happen is it'll start the vehicle. You're driving it normal. You turn your truck off. The problem is that your fuel pump will keep going, which puts strain on the fuel pump, and then eventually you might have to replace your fuel pump. So he suggested M21, which M21 works just fine. The problem is I had the plug in M21, which is this spot right here where my finger is. I don't know if you can see that. This is M21. It works. But the problem is I left it connected thinking, because usually it acts like a relay switch, so it primes your pump, You turn the vehicle off, it stays active for about 5 seconds or so, but then shuts off. Well, the M21 does not. And how I found that out is I came out the next morning and tried to start my truck, and whoop, dead battery. So that means it'll drain your battery and your pump will keep going. So basically what you got to do is this is, like I said, this is a temporary fix. Plug this in, and you plug that in. Now the vehicle will start. I'll go to the back of the truck, but this is the problem. The fuel pump's going to be running without the truck running, and it will drain your battery. So I don't know if you'll be able to hear it because I'm kind of like in a noisy parking lot, but I'll do my best. Let's see. I'll come back to the back of the truck. And I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the fuel pump running. Which, like I said, you don't want to do that because you don't want to kill your battery, and you don't want to overwork your fuel pump, which then you'll have to replace your fuel pump. So you drive, so like I said, temporary fix. You're driving, you're not going to be in the truck for a little bit. I even do it, like I said, it's a pain in the butt because you got to pop the hood, come in here and pull this out. But I actually have another one of these wires. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this one for a backup. And then what I'm going to do with the other one is I'm going to splice it. I'm going to splice this and then put a toggle switch. So I could just toggle them back and forth to repair it. Now this unit alone, the TIPM, it's around brand new. It's around $1,300 to $1,400, maybe $1,500. The way prices are going, probably about $1,500. Now you can send it out and have it repaired, but the thing is, you got to send it out. So that means you're going to be waiting. Your vehicle is going to be down. They're going to repair it. That's about $400, and then you have to wait for them to get the vehicle back to you, or get the TIPM back to you, so that you can put it back in, and then you'll be good. So what my plan is when I get home, I'm gonna actually put all the parts that I put on that I ordered from Amazon. All the parts, probably about $25, $30, if that. Soldering gun, solder, and that's really it. I'll actually put the parts that I ordered. But there's a guy on YouTube did a great video. I built, I'm like have a hobby of building computers and stuff, so I'm pretty comfortable taking stuff apart. My plan is to take the TIPM out. Of course, the main thing is you got to take a picture of your fuse box. Take a picture of this so that you know where all your fuses go, and then you disconnect your negative. And then this is the power button. This is a 14 millimeter bolt. You're going to take this off. This supplies power to your TIPM. So you're going to, negative comes off, power comes off, and then you have to pull all the fuses. Like I said, you want to take a picture of this so you can know exactly where all the fuses go. And then you can just pop them back in once you got everything repaired. And then, like I said, there's 2 clips each side. This one, rear one. That gets you to get the unit out. Once the unit is out, then you can disconnect the cables underneath. And there's a video that a dude made to show you how to disconnect the main cables. And then, like I said, there's a couple clips, like these clips right here. There's a bunch of them in the front, side, back. You take these off, and then you just got to take it apart and get access to the motherboard. And then you solder out the old relay, and then you solder in the new relay, and then you put your fuses back normally. Back here, you won't need this anymore. Put your fuses back normally, and then you will have fixed your nope, crank, no start. And I just burned my finger on the damn hose. That's hot. But yeah, like I said, it's one of the things is like taking out all the fuses and stuff. But I mean, like I said, this truck, 130,000 miles. I'm the original owner. I replaced the battery. The battery was original, so that was 11 years, which is amazing. Now the batteries today, when they say you get 5 years out of them, that's it. It's like 5 years, they'll drop dead right on you right there. I replaced the plugs, the wires. I think my next thing I'm going to do after I fix the TIPM is I'm going to change my radiator fluid, because usually the coolant is good for, I don't know, like I said, I got 130,000 miles on it. I checked it, it looks pretty good, but I'll probably change that out. And then another thing, since my truck was sitting for a little bit, because I've been kind of busy, I had to recharge my AC. So this is the high port for the AC, and then you got your low port. This is your low for your AC, and that's where you want to charge an AC from. And I'll actually make a video with tools that I got right off of Amazon. I got a couple manifold pressure gauges and a vacuum pump. And yeah, like I said, the truck's 130,000 miles on it's looking pretty good. It looks pretty, I usually take care of my vehicles pretty well. And but like I said, I hope the video helps you. And I'll even put the link in the video of the guy where he disassembles it, so that you can, like I said, it's got, $25-$30 for the parts on Amazon, and then a little bit of time. And like I said, if you build computers or anything like that, or worked with circuit boards, you could do it. You can do it. I got faith in you. So in the meantime, I'm gonna plug my thing back in so I can get going. And then, like I said, I hope the video helped you if you're having a no crank, no start issue, and some of the diagnostics, what to figure out what's wrong. Like I said, you need spark, you need fuel, and you need compression. So that's all, everybody. Have a great day. I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. Please, I need subscribers.